Everything that can go wrong is going wrong. I suppose I could dig up a staff or two for you? Are we done? I thought so.
Move along. There's nothing to do here. Come on!
I have been taken against my will. I'm in need of rescue. I have been taken against my will. I'm in need of rescue. Outsider. I remember you. You're the one who freed the skull from the dark spell. Thank the All-Maker that you have come. These accursed elves have taken me from my home. No, my wounds are not serious. I don't think the elves were trying to harm me. Perhaps they intended to frighten me. At worst, I have a few bruises to show for my ordeal. I do not know this word, Thalmor, but if you mean the elves, they were trying to learn the secrets of forging Skyrim. Their leader, an elf named Ankarian, has a map. He says that it shows the location of a hidden source of Skyrim. Enchanted ice, as hard as iron and as cold as death. Skyrim can be forged into deadly weapons, but the art is known only to the smiths of the skull. They have a ship. They took me there and showed me the map. You will find it on the northern coast of the island. Please, do not let Ankarian make his weapons. Kill him or let him live, but take the map from him. It belongs with the skull. I will return to the village. When you have the map, please bring it to me there. And thank you. May the All-Maker bless your days.
You are trespassing here. I strongly suggest you move along.
I'm getting out of here. Thalmor to arms! Kill the intruder! Over here!
It is good to see you again, my friend. Did you find the elves at their ship? I know you faced great danger to bring this map to me. There are no words to tell how glad my heart is. Thank you, brave one. I name you Friend of the Skull, and I will trust you with the knowledge of forging Stalrim. If you bring Stalrim here to my forge, you can use my tools to make what you will. Until our next meeting, Skull friend. May your hunts always bring you game, and your crops grow tall and bountiful. I fear to take a look. Strong steel guard you, friend.
I heard from Dior how you went in search of Baldur. That was very brave. And in fact, That's just the kind of courage I'm looking for. Quite right. Quite right. This, however, is paying work. Allow me to explain. As a scholar of history, I've always found Solstheim to be most intriguing. I've made many forays into the ancient ruins that cover the island. I've come to know those ruins so well, I could draw you a map from memory. That's why I noticed the new passage the moment I laid eyes on it. An old tomb, I think. It must have been opened by an earthquake that accompanied one of the Red Mountain's eruptions. I'd love to have a closer look. Those old ruins can be dangerous, and I'm no adventurer. I'll pay you to watch. I'll be heading back there soon. If you're interested, meet me at the ruins and we'll see what we can find. Now I'm off to pack for the expedition.
The others call you a friend, but I still see an outsider.
The elders talk of Great cities much bigger than our village. But why would anyone need so many buildings?
I welcome you, friend of the Skull.
My son and I gather items to trade. His name is Nicholas. He's a good lad, strong and loyal. I've tried to tell him that the world beyond our lands is dangerous and cruel, but he won't listen. You would do that? I know he would listen to you. Yes, perhaps you can convince him. I would be grateful if you would. Among other things, I have some fresh bread I baked this morning, and vegetables from Finna's garden. Take a look. I hope that you can...
It's good to see you again, Skull friend. By saving
The blood of
Baldur-
wolves runs through. Deer, bear, and horker provide most of what we need for skin. Sometimes, when the wolves grow too bold and threaten the village, we must hunt them to cull their numbers. When we stalk large game, I lead our hunters in tracking the beast. It is also a way of saying that I am the most skilled. I doubt that an outsider could truly understand. But I hope my words have helped to answer. The first piece of wisdom I teach to any hunter of the sky: we take only what we need. So we preserve the oneness with the land. The Skal hunt not for sport, but to survive. We believe that all creatures have a right to live as they will. And when we take what we need from them, we thank the beast for its gifts. The less we disturb the land and the beasts within it, the more we respect the wishes of the Allmaker. In days past, my brother Thorkild and I would share the hunt, but that was long ago. I wish I could tell you. He had a wild gleam in his eye. In my darkest times, I fear he fell in among the werebears of the glacier. Twisted beasts, a curse of here seen. True bears are noble and great, but the Daedra have no skill for creation, so they defile the Allmaker's work. I've heard tell of men who, by curse or by heart's desire, become transformed into one of those. It is a pitiable fate, and one that I fear has fallen to my brother. He set off from here so long ago. It's hard to say. Could be in Hammerfell for all I know. If you happen to cross his path, be wary. He was a fierce warrior as a man. If he fell prey to his more bestial side, he could be deadly.
The dragons of old have returned. By the Allmaker, I hope they will
If
leave.
Nicholas leaves, I fear he will never return.
It's good to see you again, Skull friend.
Some
By
sea
saving Baldor, you helped to preserve our civilization.
I'm relieved that you were able to save Baldo. A trade ship from Skyrim struck ice off the coast near the village, and the Skull took in the surviving sailors. My mother fell in love with one of the sailors, my father, and eventually returned with him to Skyrim. Sadly, no. She died in Fall Creek, where I was born. I came across a few of my mother's old things not long ago. Among them was a necklace that my father gave to her when they were married. I believe she would want it placed upon her tombstone in Fall Creek, as a symbol of her undying love and the great sacrifice she made for it. If you find yourself in Fall Creek, please give this amulet to the priest Rudel and tell him that I sent you. He will understand. I don't have much to give in reward, but return to me when the task is done and I'll do what I can. Thank you, Skullfriend. Well, the dragons are a constant danger, but so far they have taken little interest in our village. But have they forced us to change the way we live our lives? No. They are but one more hardship, added to the many we already endure. Well, my mother used to say that I was born an angry child. It's true that my heart has always been restless, and fighting was the only way I could think. I was a soldier for a time, and then a mercenary. But I was never truly happy until I came here.
I hope that Nicholas will hear your words.
I've seen outsiders in our village before. That's right. I want to go out into the world and earn great glory. I want to hunt the deadliest creatures. I'm wary of living in this village. I want to do something with my life other than farm, fish, and hunt deer. I know it must be hard for an adventurer such as you to understand this, but we Skull live very boring lives. Well, I know there is some danger, of course, but I didn't think it would be that bad. If the risk is truly so great, I will train with wolf wildblood and hone my skills. Perhaps in 3 or 4 winters, I can see that in my eagerness for adventure, I have forgotten my duties as a son. You have helped me to see wisdom, and I thank you for that, Skull friend.
The elders talk of great cities much bigger
If
than
Nicholas...
our village.
May the Allmaker bless you with many sons and daughters outside. Once again, you have shown... I wish that I could give you a reward that is equal to the joy in my heart. Perhaps these will prove useful to you. These herbs are unique to the island, and their like cannot be found elsewhere.
Can I walk?
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. Another note from your friend Rallis. I hope everything is all right. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Seems you've inherited a situation. Drovus Relvi owes me. At least he did until you set him up with that Telvanni wisdom. The way I figure it, it's your fault he can't pay me. So I guess I'm going to have to collect it from you. Nothing for now, but watch your back. I'll be sending collectors to find you. They won't act. One way or the other, I'll get my money. Tired of running? I knew you were weak. Yeah, that sounds good. Half. I think that'll work.
In my experience, it's usually the quietest before the storm.
You got a good looking to protect yourself or deal some damage? Bring your weapons and armor to me. I'll fix it up right.
I don't know. Take a look. Remember, I have plenty of potions and ingredients if you're ever in the market.
Excuse me, but the temple is for... Elder Arthroloth is grooming me to be his eventual... Are you here to pray? Or perhaps pay your respect? They're where we inter our dead. They are sacred places, meant to honor their passing. Sadly, we've been unable to use the ancestral tomb beneath the temple as of late, and have resorted to other locations to scatter the remains. Those foul vermin, the abominations we call ash spawn, have risen from the ashes of our own ancestors. They're befouling the memories of our forefathers by defiling their remains. Thank you, one. Here, this key should open the door to the tomb. Be cautious, friend. The ash spawn are soulless beings. If they desire no regard for their... Yes, Sirrah?